You stand on the balcony of the spire. The wind howls. It carries the taste of ash and old iron. This is your kingdom now. You look at the gray horizon. It stretches out like a faded map. They call you the mayor. It sounds grand, but the pay is terrible. You inherited a husk of stone and ash. This was once a capital. Now it is a graveyard of giants. The silence is heavy here. It presses against your ears. You can almost hear the ghosts. They whisper in the drafts. They urge you to remember a time before the fall. You brush the dust off your coat. It returns immediately. Dust is the only loyal citizen here. You walk back inside the crumbling command center. The screens are dark. The chairs are overturned. It looks like a party that ended badly. You right a chair and sit. The silence is broken by a groan of metal. The building settles. It is tired too. You tap a finger on the dead console. You wonder why you took this job. Maybe it was the dental plan. Wait, there is no dental plan. You sigh and lean back. The ghosts press closer. You feel a sudden urge to check the logs, not the digital ones, the paper ones. A stack of journals sits on the desk. You open the first one. The handwriting is jagged. The ink is faded. It speaks of a great error, a mistake that silenced the world. You read until your eyes burn. The sun sets outside. The shadows grow long and sharp. You are the mayor of a dead planet, but the dead still have stories, and you are the only one left to listen. A light blinks. You freeze. The console was dead a moment ago. Now a green light pulses. It is a heartbeat in the dark. You lean forward. The dust dances in the screen's glow. A signal is coming through. It is faint. It cuts through the static like a knife. You adjust the dials. The knobs are stiff with age. The static clears. A voice emerges from the void. It is not a ghost. It is crisp and human. The call of the starbound fleet. They are hailing all frequencies. You grab the microphone. It feels heavy in your hand. You press the transmit button. You wait. The silence stretches. Then the voice returns. They are looking for survivors. They are looking for you. Hope flutters in your chest. It feels strange. You haven't felt hope in years. The fleet promises salvation. They promise purpose. They say they have supplies. You look at your empty pantry. Supplies sound good. Real food would be nice. You are tired of ration bars that taste like chalk. The fleet is distant, but they are coming closer. Their engines burn bright in the deep black. You can almost see them in your mind. A line of silver ships. They bring the future. But you must be ready. You cannot greet them with empty hands. You are a mayor. You must have something to offer. You look around the room. It is full of junk, but maybe some of it is treasure. You need leverage. You need to show them this rock still has value. The voice on the radio asks for coordinates. You give them. The numbers feel right on your tongue. You are putting yourself on the map. The transmission ends. The room goes quiet again. But the silence is different now. It is expectant. You stand up. You have work to do. The ghosts seem to retreat. The living are coming, and you have a city to run. You head down to the lower levels. The elevator is broken. Of course it is. You take the stairs. It is a long way down. Your knees protest. You ignore them. You are on a mission. The basement archives are vast. They are filled with crates. Some are marked with warning symbols. You like those best. You pry open a crate. Blue light spills out. It illuminates the cracked marble floor. Ancient artifacts pulse inside. They hum with power. This is the good stuff. These are the relics of the Golden Age. You pick up a sphere. It is warm. It vibrates against your palm. You check the next crate. It holds data drives. They are made of crystal. You pocket a few. You need to gather these relics. They are your currency. But you are not alone. You hear a noise. It is a scrape of boot on stone. You freeze. You are not the only scavenger here. Rival hunters roam these ruins. They want the tech. They do not care about the history. You extinguish your light. You crouch behind a pillar. Shadows move at the far end of the hall. They have laser cutters. You see the red beams slice the dark. You must be quick. You must be quiet. You creep forward, you grab a heavy bag, you fill it with the glowing spheres, the glass clinks softly, you wince. The shadows stop moving. They heard you. You hold your breath. A light sweeps over your hiding spot. It misses you by an inch. You count to 3. Then you run. You sprint toward the exit. Shouts echo behind you. A laser bolt hits the wall. Stone chips fly. You duck and weave. You know these halls. They do not. You take a sharp left. You slide under a fallen beam. You are faster than you look. Maybe the ration bars are good for cardio. You burst into the daylight. The sun blinds you. You scramble up the rubble. You reach the surface. You are safe. You clutch the bag of relics. You have retrieved the past. Now you must secure the future. The rivals will be back, but you will be ready. Days pass. The fleet arrives. Shuttles descend from the sky. They look like falling stars. They land in the market square. Dust billows up. You stand on the steps of the spire. You wear your best coat. It has all its buttons. That is a victory in itself. The ramps lower. Representatives step out. They look clean. Their uniforms are crisp. They look at the ruins with bright eyes. This is the Council of Outsiders. They come from thriving colonies. They smell like soap and ambition. You step forward to greet them. You try to look mayoral. They approach you. Their leader smiles. It does not reach his eyes. He introduces himself. His name is too long. You nod politely. They look at your bag of relics. Greed flickers in their gaze. They want what you have. They offer trade. They offer technology. They speak in smooth sentences. You listen. You nod. But you watch their hands. They rest near their weapons. Hidden motives linger in the air. It is thicker than the dust. They offer to buy the city. They want to strip it for parts. You feel a flash of anger. This is your home. It is dead. But it is yours. You counter their offer. You propose a partnership. You have the location of the mines. You know where the vaults are. They need you. The leader narrows his eyes. He did not expect resistance. He thought you were a desperate local. He was wrong. You are a politician, and you are stubborn. The negotiations drag on. They set up tents. They bring out wine. You drink it. It is good. But you keep your wits. You tell them stories of the city. You embellish a little. You make the ruins sound dangerous. You make yourself sound essential. They seem convinced, for now. Suddenly, a siren wails. It is an old sound. It comes from the defense grid. The outsiders look panicked. You look up. The sky darkens. A swarm of rogue drones descends. They are leftovers from the war. They are hungry for energy. They dive toward the market. This is the first test. The outsiders scatter. Their guards fumble with weapons. The drones fire plasma bolts. Trade goods explode. Fruit and fabric fill the air. You do not run. You grab a rifle from a startled guard. You aim. You have practiced this. Shooting drones is a hobby. You shout orders. You rally the citizens. They emerge from the ruins. They carry pipes and old pistols. They look to you. You point to the flank. They move. You fire. A drone explodes in a shower of sparks. The crowd cheers. You feel a surge of pride. The outsiders watch from cover. They see the strength of human resolve. They see you lead. You direct the fire. The citizens work as a team. They lure the drones into a trap. Crossfire lights up the square. It is chaotic. It is loud. It is beautiful. The last drone falls. It crashes into a fountain. Smoke rises. The silence returns. The citizens cheer again. They chant your title, the mayor. The outsiders step out. They look at you with new respect. You blow smoke from the rifle barrel. You hand it back to the guard. You tell him to clean it. You turn to the council. You ask if they are ready to talk business. Real business. They nod. You have passed the test. But the drones were just a symptom. Something woke them up. You need to find the source. You look toward the planet's core. The answer lies deep. You lead a team underground. The tunnels are vast. They wind like the veins of a giant. The air gets hotter. The walls hum. You reach the central chamber. A massive door blocks the way. It is sealed with old codes. You punch them in. You remember them from the journals. The door groans. It slides open. Light floods the tunnel. You shield your eyes. Before you lies a dormant engine. It is starborn and immense. It floats in a magnetic field. It is the heart of the planet. Unlocking it could power a new era, or it could blow us all up. You walk onto the gantry. The engine pulses. It matches your heartbeat. The outsiders are silent. They have never seen tech like this. It is older than their colonies. It is dangerous. You see the controls. They are complex. You need to be careful. You touch a panel. Data streams across a screen. The engine is sleeping, but it is dreaming. It wants to wake up. You see a warning light. Someone has tampered with the locks. Recently, you frown. You thought you were the only one down here. You check the logs. An access code was used yesterday. It belongs to someone you trust. You feel a cold knot in your stomach. Treason is a bitter pill. You turn to your team. You do not show your fear. You tell them to secure the room. You need to think. You head back to the surface. You find your advisor. His name is Kale. He has been with you since the start. He looks nervous. You ask to see his datapad. He hesitates. You insist. He hands it over. You scroll through the files. You find a message. It is a forged treaty. He plans to sell the core. He is working with a rival faction. The betrayal is unveiled. You look at him. He steps back. He starts to explain. He says it was for the money. He says the city is dead. He says you are chasing ghosts. You shake your head. You tell him he is wrong. The city is alive, and he just threatened it. You order the guards to take him. He shouts as they drag him away. You feel tired. Betrayal drains you. But you cannot rest. The rival faction is coming. Kale gave them the keys. Clouds gather on the horizon. They are not rain clouds. They are iron sand. A dust storm is building. It is a big one. The sky turns red. The wind picks up. It screams through the ruins. This is the battle of dust storms. You must prepare the defense. You gather your people. You tell them what is coming. They are scared, but they trust you. You position them in the ruins. The storm will mask the enemy, but it will mask you too. You hand out goggles. You wrap a scarf around your face. You look like a bandit king. The storm hits. Visibility drops to 0. The wind roars. You hear engines. The enemy is here. They drive armored rovers. They crash through the outer walls. You wait. You let them come closer. They are blind in the dust. You know every rock. You know every pit. You give the signal. Flares light up the red gloom. Your people open fire. The enemy is confused. They fire back blindly. Their shots hit stone. Yours hit metal. You guide the defenders through the choking winds. You move them like pieces on a board. You flank the rovers. You use the terrain. A rover drives into a sinkhole. It flips over. You laugh. It is a dry, dusty laugh. The wind tears it away. The battle rages for hours. The sand gets everywhere. In your boots, in your teeth, in your gun. Finally, the enemy retreats. They cannot fight the storm. They cannot fight you. They turn back. You watch their taillights fade. The wind begins to die down. You sit on a pile of rubble. You are covered in red dust. You look like a statue. You made it. You return to the spire. You need answers. You need to know how to use the core safely. You go to the archives again. You find a hidden room. It was behind a bookcase. Classic. Inside is a projector. You wipe the lens. You turn it on. Holographic recording surface. Blue figures shimmer in the air. They are the ancestors, the ones who built this city. Their voices are clear. They speak of wisdom. They speak of the core. They warn of its power. They offer a path forward amidst chaos. You listen intently. They explain the sequence. They explain the risks. You take notes. You feel a connection to them. They were mayors too. They faced crises. They made hard choices. You are following in their footsteps. You feel less alone. The hologram fades. You have the knowledge. Now you need the hardware. The planet's long-lost transmitter stands on a jagged peak. It has been silent for ages. You need to reach it. You need to call for help. The rival faction will return. You need allies. You gather a climbing team. The peak is high. The air is thin. You start the ascent. The wind is cold. It bites your skin. You climb for hours. Your muscles burn. You slip once. Your heart stops. You catch yourself. You keep going. You are stubborn. You reach the summit. The view is incredible. You can see the curvature of the world. You see the transmitter. It is covered in ice. You chip it away. You open the panel. The wires are corroded. You splice them. Your fingers are numb. You work fast. You connect the power cell. The transmitter hums. A light blinks. It is green. You key in the frequency. You send the signal. You call to the stars. You ask for aid. You wait. The wind howls. Then a reply comes. It is the fleet. They heard you. They are sending reinforcements. You smile. Your lips crack. It hurts. But it is worth it. You descend the mountain. You feel lighter. You have done the impossible. You reclaimed the beacon. Allies are coming. The balance of power is shifting. You return to the city. The fleet has landed more ships, but so has the rival faction. They are camped outside the walls. It looks like a standoff. You walk out to meet them. You carry no weapon. You carry a white flag. It is actually a dirty pillowcase, but it works. You meet their leader. She is tough. She has a scar on her chin. She looks tired too. You talk. You tell her about the core. You tell her about the danger. You tell her about the fleet. You offer a truce. You offer to share the power. She looks surprised. She expected a fight. She sees the logic. War will destroy the core. Peace will power everyone. Former foes lay down weapons. They share stories of survival. They share rations. Yours still tastes like chalk. Hers tastes like sawdust. It is a fair trade. This is an alliance forged in fire. You shake hands. Her grip is strong. You forge a pact that reshapes the galaxy's balance. The Council of Outsiders watches. They are impressed. You have united the factions. You are a peacemaker. Who knew? Now comes the big moment. The awakening pulse. You stand in the core chamber. Everyone is watching. The ancestors' instructions are in your hand. You type in the sequence. The engine hums louder. The room vibrates. Lights cascade up the walls. The core thrums alive. It bathes the ruins in gentle light. It flows through the cables. It lights up the city above. Street lamps flicker on. Windows glow. The dead planet is breathing again. Its power promises new horizons for all who dare to travel. The crowd cheers. You feel the ground tremble. It is a good tremble. It is the hum of life. You look at the engine. It is beautiful. It is no longer a weapon. It is a gift. You have unlocked the future. Time passes. The city is bustling. Ships line the cracked runway. Engines hum with promise. The fleet is ready to leave. They are going to explore the outer rim. They want you to come. You stand on the deck of the lead ship. You look back at the city. It is alive. People are working. Kids are playing in the square. The dust is being swept away. You have done your job. You have saved them. Departure from the dead planet is bittersweet. You love this rock, but your work here is done. A new mayor has been chosen. She is smart. She has better handwriting. You step onto the deck. The ramp closes. You are ready to guide humanity forward. You are a traveler now. The universe is waiting. The engines fire. You feel the push of gravity. You leave the ground. The city shrinks below you. It becomes a dot of light. Then it is gone. You turn to the window. The stars are bright. They are endless. Your name becomes legend, spoken in markets and halls alike. The mayor who saved a world. The dead planet lives on in memory and hope. You are not just a mayor anymore. You are a pioneer. The fleet sails toward uncharted space, sails of steel and will. You look at the navigation map. It is full of blank spaces. You smile. You like blank spaces. They are full of potential. Humanity's story continues. It is written across the endless night. And you are holding the pen. The horizon beckons. You tell the pilot to punch it. The stars blur into lines. You are gone. Off to the next adventure. Maybe the next planet has a dental plan. A mayor can dream.